Okay, this is going for a weekend Uber Eats promotion shift, you could call it, independent contractor work. So we're going to begin going for a Uber Eats Quest, and there's some good uh, window of time here for to hit 10 orders if we can make that in about 4 hours. The promotion money is really super at this time. These vary throughout the year, so it's important to recognize that. Going to begin here with an Hawaiian Brothers order for $13+ to go 7 miles, so almost a $2 per mile. Good for 24 minutes. And I really do want to keep the trip short. No order should take over 30 minutes ideally. And then because we're able to do it faster sometimes than that says, or secondarily, the tip is to pick up Uber Eats will give you a second add-on order sometimes. So you stand better chances of reaching 10 within, 4 hours, because usually 8 orders for 4 hours if they're half an hour a piece. But you sometimes finish quicker, or second, like I said, they'll add something on. So there's a good shot at hitting all 10, and we'll find out later on. And sure enough, they did add on one, or actually, as I was finishing the first one, or in that general area, $8 to go 1.7 miles for a quick Walgreens pickup. Make sure you don't spend a lot of time shopping, but this one was 18 minutes for 2 things. And that went just fine. So I was finished with those by, well before the first hour was out, and I began the third order already. So that is a good beginning, something to keep in mind. If you can finish that first 2 within that first hour and begin the third one, I mean, that's what I try to do, honestly, because you want a good beginning to allow some lag and leeway for when things don't go your way. And so as part of the learning process to approach, the value of the dollar is very important nowadays, and just things to keep in mind. So I finished both in that first hour. I started the third one for 1078 to go 12.3 miles, so a little bit backward of an order, but I ended up taking that anyway, even though it's 36 minutes, also a little longer. I broke the rules slightly because I'm hoping for add-on. Uber Eats is real good about that, giving you a second order during your route. And I just want to get going because I really want to get to that bonus money. And I don't want to wait around too long, because I think before that I had passed up an order or two, and I don't want to spend 5, 10, 15 minutes waiting. Forget that. So, yeah. And sure enough, as part of that order, when I was on that long trip for 36 minutes, there was an add-on. So I ended up being correct for 1086 to go 4.7 miles, so a 2 for 1, to go 21 minutes at the Buffalo Wild Wings, which is also notorious. I didn't notice the restaurant, but even if that's the case, it was 21 minutes. It says Buffalo Wild Wings is extraordinarily slow. So, but it gives me time to get there because I'm on the path of that first order. So that worked out okay, and I didn't end up waiting really much at all. So it just ended up okay. And then after that, I went to a nearby McDonald's one for $7.50 to go 4.4 miles. It takes 20 minutes, so that's a quicker one. That was pretty efficient and, done just about right away when I entered the store. So that one went okay. Yeah. I ended up taking a quick Wingstop order, which I don't know much about that one. I know Buffalo Wild Wings is kind of notorious for being slow. You have to be real careful and time those right, like you're on your first order already or you're far away from it. You need to time those correctly. In any event, Wingstop went okay for $11.35 to go 4.1 miles, almost a $3 per mile, and then for 20 minutes. So that was fine, and taking me back to a busy section as well. And then I took a backward order for $5.07 to go 7.8 miles over 23 minutes because I'm focused on some major bonus money. So I'll get that in process. Kind of a little far from the restaurant, so that gives me time to pick up any extra add-on orders that may come in and to stay busy. 23 minutes is not that much out of the hour. Could probably do 3 of those if I'm a little bit more efficient. Um, and while I was out on the way to get that, sure enough, the add-in came in $4.54 to go almost a mile for a Bubba's 33. It's like a burger's place, I guess. And that was 14-minute order to go a mile. So I got that real quick add-on. And these orders, these two went okay, and let's finish in a very efficient manner. I did get this one order, and I don't see this, but rare, but I have seen it before at least once or twice. A delivery comes in to 2 pickups and then 2 drop-offs. So 2 restaurants that says 2 minutes away with 1.7 miles away, and on the map it shows kind of where they're at. And it's a Wingstop, which may or may not be slow at the time. I don't know, because I'm not very far from it, and I wasn't going to risk those because there's no pay. I mean, it doesn't tell me the pay rate on there, so that's kind of strange. And if it's like for free or something, yeah, I might make bonus money. I might get there in time. I might be kind of efficient, being 2 miles or whatever it's saying, but I need to know a little bit more details on that. So, and because I only needed a couple more orders, I believe, I'm waiting. It's kind of busy too. So I'm kind of waiting this one out. So the next one was Hawaiian Brothers. I think I need 2 more orders, $10.24, 7.6 miles. So I took that one, 23 minutes. And it's about 7:45, and I have to complete 2 by 9 or pick up 2 and be on the way. So at this point, there's very little pressure at all. There's really no pressure. The orders are moderately busy, so it should have no problem. No problem at all making another order. And sure enough, I believe the 10th order came in for $5 to go 9 miles. Yes, it's a lot, but it's taking me kind of in the direction of where I want to be. Basically, the neighborhood in which I want to be. So I go ahead and do that because that will be the 10th and final order before 9 o'clock. And it's actually 8 p.m. on the dot. So in 3 hours, I'm able to pick up the 10th order. Well, actually accept the 10th order and be on the way to pick it up. So that is just fine. And it takes 26 minutes or so, it says. And that one went just great. So as we can see, the end results here are that, sure enough, I completed all of the quests. Completing all of the quests, all 10, within 4 hours gave me, and again, I'm averaging like 3 an hour. I'm doing really, really good recently. Even though sometimes I drive a little bit, I try to moderate. I try to stay short, but if they're kind of moderate trips, I'll end up taking them sometimes because Uber Eats adds on an order, so it's to my advantage. You got to drive. That's real tactical, real smart. It's just those simple little things that you keep in mind that help you become a better driver. It's helped me earn quite a bit. So $80 for 10 trips bonus, done. So that's $8 really bonus per order. So you can see while taking $5 to go 10 miles, it's really a $13 to go that 10 miles, like on one of them, for example. And the other ones just turn out really great. So really at the end, the average per hour is well over $30, well over $30, $32, $34, and I'll have to tell with precise later, but it's over those amounts easily. And that the details on the trips are the trips must begin in the local region. When you take these quests, look at the details in the bottom, the bullet point details. You need to make sure you abide by rules. Uber Eats deliveries only, so you can't do passenger rides. Best bet, turn that option off within the control panels in Uber Eats so you don't have that bother you. And then the trips must begin in the local region. In other words, the restaurants must be in that city or in that town. So very important to understand. All right, let's go over some completed tips here. $13.37. I got $13.46 instead. So the customer is so grateful they tipped me 9 extra pennies. So I thank you anyway. I took that one. Nice. Okay, $11.35 got $12.31. So strangely, wasn't people are tipping pennies and dimes and stuff, but this one was, I believe, 96 cents more. More or less weird, but it's not a full dollar. But in any event, that's great. Yeah. So my cancellation rate dropped to 1%, so that's good. Allows me leeway. And I just want to state that that's important because if you hit a button on accident, like I do, and accept something you don't know where you're going or what you're doing, you may end up just canceling it if it doesn't seem right to you. It allows you some of that option, that type of leeway in doing that, because you want to keep it under 8, 9, 10% surely on your cancellation rate if you can. So 1% allows me great leverage of choice. I got a 100% satisfaction rate, a 98%, I don't know, completion or something. I don't know what that's for, but acceptance rate of orders is 12%. So that's pretty high in relation to a lot of drivers, because you want to wait to get right orders instead of upside down ones and all that. But I'm just trying to hit Quest, so that's a little higher, which works out. I also got an extra tip. 10.24 turns into 12.24, so a couple bucks for the Hawaiian Brothers order. So all in all, a very solid short shift, and the acceptance rate did come down to 9%, which is perfectly okay. Cancels at 1%, like I said, satisfaction 100. On-time rate was 98%. And to get gold, you have to have that 70% or above. That should be real easy. 98%, so I have a great on-time rate. I try to stay real efficient, which helps me, of course, complete quests and things of that nature. Thanks for joining us today. Dark Biscuits here.